and win the dough on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Curry.
Thank you. Thank you, Gene Wood. Hello there. Welcome to Card Sharks, a game of decisions. Oh, yes. Boy, if our audiences ever get over their shyness, won't they be wonderful? Thank you. Welcome to Card Sharks, a game of decisions where you can win a fortune on the turn of just a single card. Let's not waste any time. Let's get to the cards. Janice and Ann, if you will, start loading in the cards. The red cards are the top to be played by the champion. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by our challenger. And now let's meet our two Card Sharks. Royce Moss, our champion. How you doing? Hello, Royce. Great. Royce, so far you have won $5,500. Doing good. Doing good. Still feeling confident?
Feel good.
Nice to have you back with us. And our challenger, Carol Weaver. Hi, Carol. Good to see you.
Gonna win this one. I'm gonna win this one.
Now
Gotta win it.
You said that last time.
I know, but I'm going to win this one.
You're definitely going to win this one.
I'm gonna win this one, yes.
Of course, what Carol's referring to is we play the best 2 out of 3, and as time ran out the last time, Royce pulled one out, and he leads 1-0. So you have to win one now, Carol, or it's all over.
I know.
Oh, you know.
Win it.
Good luck to both of you now. Each player has their own deck of 52 playing cards. They're shuffled and cut before we go on the air, and the red cards on top will be played by Royce. The lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by Carol. The object of the game to work your way across the board, predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. Before you can begin calling high-low with the cards, you have to first answer a high-low toss-up question. All of our toss-up questions based on a poll of 100 people, and they test your ability to judge human nature. And our first question will go to you, Carol. It's a poll of 100 women. We asked 100 women at the Carol Burnett Show, have you ever slapped a man for getting fresh? How many said they had?
That would be a very conservative audience. I would say probably, I'd say probably about 55.
Why do you say they'd be a conservative audience?
Well, I would just think that the type of show it was, and.
You think we've got a conservative audience?
No way.
No, I don't think so either. Carol says that 55 women have slapped a man for getting fresh. Royce, do you think it's higher or lower?
No, I think it's a little lower.
You say a lot lower. So he says lower.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is lower, Royce, you go to the board first.
Okay.
If it's not lower, Carol gets the first look at the cards. The actual number of women who said they had slapped a man for getting fresh is 40. It is right. Royce, you got it.
15.
All right, Royce. We'll take a look at your base card. You answer the question. That means you're entitled to change this if you'd like. You have a 10. You want to play that 10? You want to change it?
No, I think I'll change to 10.
Here's the next card off the top of your deck. You have to play this
Come on,
one.
baby.
It is an 8. Oh, you did not improve your position, but you've got to play it now. Is this card higher or lower than that 8?
I'll play it lower.
Lower than an 8. Remember, if it's another 8 you lose, it must be lower than an 8. It is another 8. That's not lower, and you lose. Not only do you lose that card, but you've given Carol a free chance at her cards, and we'll look at her base card. You have a queen. Pretty good card, Carol. You couldn't change it anyway, but I don't think you'd want to.
No.
Call that.
Okay, it's definitely lower.
Come on, King. Come on.
Lower than a queen.
It's
Come on.
lower.
It is an 8. It is lower.
Eight.
Carol, at this point, you can freeze and protect your position, or you can continue calling high-low all the way across the board.
I'm gonna
You'll
freeze.
freeze it. All right. Because Carol knows if you make a mistake, you lose all the cards back to your original base card. So that becomes your new base card. We'll fill in the space there, Janet, if you will, for Royce. First player to get to the end of the board wins the game and $100. As I said, we play the best 2 out of 3. The winner of the match gets a chance at the money cards and a possible win of over $28,000. Next question to you, Royce.
Okay.
We asked 100 people in a California studio audience, have you actually seen a flying saucer yourself? How many said they had seen a flying saucer?
Oh, I don't think many people have seen a flying saucer. I'd say it's about 6.
6.
6.
Carol, higher or lower?
Okay, I know audiences are very wild, but I still think lower. A
You
little
say
bit lower.
lower than 6.
I hope, yeah.
Now, you said we did not have a conservative audience. How
No.
many of our audience have seen the flying saucer?
Yeah.
Let's find out. Maybe you're wrong. The actual number of people who said they had seen a flying saucer is 8. It is not low. It's higher. Royce. Yes, indeed. I told you we test human nature. Royce, you can change that 8 now if you'd like.
I get rid of that 8.
Get rid of that 8.
Yeah,
Don't want those middle cards. Here it is, a king. That's a good card. Call this next one.
Next card be lower.
Lower than a king.
Come on.
It is an 8. Other 8 comes back to haunt you. What are you going to do now, Royce?
I freeze.
You'll freeze it. You'll freeze it. We've got a tie. Both players need 3 cards to win the game, and Carol needs this game to stay in the match. And the question goes to you, Carol. We asked 100 California men, if you went to a woman doctor, would you be embarrassed to take off your clothes? How many said yes?
Well, depending on the age and everything, but I still say it probably around 60, about 61.
61. You don't think they would be too happy there?
No, I don't think so.
What do you think, Royce?
Repeat the question again.
Yes, indeed. We asked 100 California men, if they went to a woman doctor, would you be embarrassed to take off your clothes? She said 61 of them would be. What do you say?
I think it'd be lower. I definitely think it'd be lower. Why should they be embarrassed?
Sure. The actual number of men who said they would be embarrassed is 36.
All right.
Royce, you got it. Well, Royce, the last time you got over here, you didn't like an 8. What's it going to be now?
Don't like it this time either. I better change it.
Here's the next card. Everybody says change it.
All right.
Call this next one.
Got to be lower.
Lower than an ace. Only another ace would lose for you. It is a 5. What are you going to do now?
I'll go on. I'll be higher.
He's going to go on higher than a 5. It is a 2. Higher. Carol says no.
Next card's got to be lower.
Risking them all. If this is lower, you have won the match and you go to the money cards again. Lower than a queen. Good win, Royce. Fine win. Carol, you lost. You had fun. That's nice. Thank you. We have some nice party gifts for you. Thank you for joining us, Carol. And Royce, come on down here if you will, sir. Way to go. He did great the last time he went to the money cards with over $5,000. Can he do it again? We'll find out right after we take time out for this. Please watch. Just as we were coming out, everybody in the audience said, do it, Royce. Last time you went up there and got $5,200. You've got total winnings now, $5,600. Let's add to it. Let's get to the money cards. All right, Royce, step on up there. It's all on you right now, my man. You know how we do it. The $200 you just won in the game is yours to keep. Now we've got a brand new deck of cards, and we're going to give you new money to play with. This time you're going to bet that money. Starting on the bottom line with $200, you can bet it as you like with these 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money. And again, it's your decision how you bet it. You must bet at least $50. Your minimum bets are $50, but when you get to that top card, that big bet, there you must bet at least half the money.
Okay.
All right? You did great the last time. Let's do it again. Let's go all the way.
Okay.
Here's $200 to start with. As always, a choice of 2 base cards. We'll get a good one to start with, I'm sure. Come on. It is a 3. That's a good
one. Good one. Yeah.
Okay, Royce. $200 and a 3.
I bet the 200 will be higher.
Whole thing.
Yeah.
As in the game, it must be higher than a 3. You would lose with another 3. For $200, higher than a 3.
Come on, baby. Come on.
It's an 8. Not a very good card, but you've got $400 to play with. What's it going to be?
I bet 50. That'll be lower.
All right, $50.
50.
Worth risking 50 to try to get a really good card.
Right. I want to get
$50 lower than an 8.
Come on, Deuce.
It is a jack. You lost the 50, but you did get a better card. $350 with a jack.
It's time for a low card. I bet $350. That'll be lower.
Ooh, the whole thing.
Go for it.
Whole thing, go for it.
$350.
$350, lower than a jack. Come on, card.
Come on, baby.
It's a 2. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good time to get it.
Yeah, it's a lovely card.
$700. We moved the 2 up. Another $200.
Go for it.
$900.
I bet it all. That'll be higher.
Higher than a 2.
Bet it all.
$900.
Come on, baby.
Royce.
Come on.
Oh, it's another 2. Oh, another 2, and you... how could you bust with it, too? My good... It happened, though. But, Royce, you're still the champion. Come on down here. And you've still got $5,600. Who knows? Maybe you'll get another chance at it. Oh, the odds are in your favor. We'll be right back with a new challenger right after that.
If you could be more...
Royce, that was tough luck with that deuce.
Oh, can you believe it?
I got to say, you played it right. You got to go with a card like that.
Yeah.
And, of course, as you know, we've said it, the cards are shuffled and they're cut, and and then they seal the decks, and you don't know how they're going to come out. They sure didn't come out for you good that time.
Yeah, that deuce really got to me.
But as you said in the commercial, we're still here, right?
That's right.
You could maybe do it again.
I will.
We'll start a new match. We've got 2 brand new decks of cards, and Janice, if you'll deal them out, we will meet our next challenger. Here's our next player on Card Sharks. Diane Kelly. Hello, Diane. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You're a vision in blue there.
Thank you.
If you win, are you going to wear red?
If it'll make me win again, I will.
Diane, tell us something about yourself.
I'm married. I have 2 daughters, and I work at LAX as a ticket agent for a major international airline.
Oh, that's nice. People
Lot of
nice
fun.
when they come to meet you there in the
Most people are, yes, unless there's a delayed flight or baggage is lost. They're very,
And we
very
all get a
nice.
little salty, don't we?
Yes, all of it.
Good to have you here, Diane.
Thank
Good
you.
luck in the match. You know you're playing the blue cards, the lower cards. Royce, the champion, will play the red cards on the top. Let's get into the match. Good luck to both
Thank
of you.
you.
First question goes to you, Royce.
Good.
We asked 100 women in a California TV audience, do you consider yourself beautiful? How many of those 100 women said yes?
Pretty, maybe, but beautiful, I'd say only about 25.
You say about 25.
Yeah, beautiful is...
Diane, you think higher or lower?
I think a few of us think we're really beautiful. Higher.
You say higher than 25.
Higher.
The actual number of women who said that they were beautiful is 27. It is higher. Diane, you want it? You go to the board.
Thank you.
Diane, we'll take a look at that base card. Of course, you can change it if you like. You won the question. It is a jack. You want to play that? You want to change it?
I'll play it, Jim, and the next card I believe will be lower than Jack.
Lower than a jack.
Come on, lower.
Come on, lower. You got much lower. A deuce.
Next card's going to be higher than a 2.
She's going to continue, and she
Yes,
says higher
all the
than a
way.
2. It is a 4. A little bit higher. Still a good card.
Next card's going to be higher.
She's going to continue
Come on, higher.
higher than a 4. She's
higher.
rooting them home. Come on, higher.
Come on, higher.
It is a 2. Ooh, all the rooting didn't do any good as we lose those 3 cards, and Royce looks at his base card. It is a 4. You can't
love
change
it.
it. Royce, call this card.
Go higher, next card.
Higher than a 4.
Yeah.
It is
All right,
a king.
good. Go lower, next card. Lower.
Higher.
Continuing lower than a king.
Come on, Queen.
It is a 9.
Little freeze right there.
He'll freeze it right there. 9 becomes a new base card. Janice will fill in the spaces there for Diane, and we'll get to the next high-low toss-up. It goes to you, Diane. We asked 100 men in a California studio audience. Oh, now remember what happened with the women? 27? Would you describe yourself as good-looking? How many of the men said yes?
Men are pretty vain. I would say out of 100, possibly 53 said they thought they were good
53.
looking. 53.
You think the men have more vanity than the women?
Well, I think so sometimes.
What do you think, Royce?
I
Higher
think
or
they have a
lower?
little bit more vanity than that. I'll say it's a little higher.
Oh, you say even more vanity? Higher.
A little higher.
Come on, lower.
Should be interesting. The women, it was 27. Let's find out with the men. The actual number of men who said that they're good looking is 77. It is higher, right? You're right. The men have more vanity. You want to change that 9? You want to play it?
Let's kick that one out. I'll change that one.
Kick that one out. Here's the next card off the top of the deck. It is a 5.
All right.
We improved it a bit. Call this
I'll
card.
play. It'll be higher. Higher. Come on,
Higher
ace.
than a
Come on,
5.
ace.
Come on.
It's a 6. Just a little bit higher, but that's all it has to be. What do you think, Royce? You going to freeze or you going to call it?
Be higher.
You're going to call
I'm
it.
gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. It'll be higher.
This is higher. You've got the first game of the match.
Lower, lower.
Higher than a 6.
Lower.
It is an 8. It is higher. Royce has done it. Game number 1, $100, Royce. Good job on that. Diane, I like your rooting style. Maybe it'll pay off for you in the next game, which will be coming up in just a moment right after we take time out for this. Clear the board, Janice.
Visit Nerdocrumbizia and marvel at our burgeoning space program.
They tried to launch a rocket by putting a blank under it.
Firecracker.
There's never been a better time to visit lovely Nerdocrumbizia. Tonight at 2 on Buzzer.
Does your computer...
I like the competitive spirit in the players. You were chatting during the break there and figuring out what your strategy was. Royce, you said you almost froze with that last card.
Yes, I almost did.
Yeah, but you had a good hedge there because you had frozen before and you had 3 cards protected. And that's the advantage of that. Diane, you need this one. He leads 1-0. Let's get to the first question of the next game and deal out the cards, Janice, if you will. Right off the top of the decks, same decks of cards, and the question goes to you, Royce.
Right.
We took a confidential poll of 100 people in the audience of Saturday Night Live in New York City. You know the kind of audience they get at Saturday Night Live?
Kind of wild.
Okay.
Kind of wild.
Confidential poll, Saturday Night Live. We asked them, have you ever smoked marijuana? How many said yes?
Too bad I can't say 100. I'd say 85.
85. What do you think?
I'm going to say higher than that.
You're going to say
Keep my
higher
fingers
than that?
crossed, higher.
Oh, right.
It's got to be a wild audience.
Well, yeah, well, they do have some. Let's find out how wild they were. Okay. The actual number of people who said they've smoked marijuana is 87. It's higher by 2. Diane.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why we said it was a confidential poll at Saturday Night Live. Diane, we'll take a look at your base card. You have a 7. You want
I'd
to play
like
that?
to change that, please.
Here's the next card. It is a 3.
Okay.
Much better card to play
Next
with.
card will be higher than a 3.
Higher than a 3.
Come on.
10.
Okay.
It's higher.
Next card's going to be lower.
I'm going to continue.
Lower, yes.
Lower than a
Come
10.
on,
She's
come
gambling.
on.
It's another 10. It's not lower. You lose both of them, and Royce looks at his base card. It is a 3 again. Yeah. I said that you've each got your own deck, and you can see it right there with 2 3s of spades. What are you going to do, Royce?
I'll go. Next card's going to be higher.
Higher than a 3.
Come on, 2.
It is an 8. Middle card, what are you going to do?
I'll go on the next card to be higher.
You're going to figure, just that one card, you're going to figure you're going to play it.
I'm going to play it. It'll be higher.
Higher than an 8. Risking that card and this one higher. All
right.
He got away with it. Got away with it. What are you going to do?
I'll play it one more time. Next card's going to be lower.
Come on.
One more time. He says lower than a jack. It's a 7. It is lower. You can lose them all. You can win the match.
They're right. I got to freeze.
They're right. You got to freeze. That's the new base card. Royce needs 1 card to get another shot at the money cards. Diane will fill in the spaces for you. You need 4 cards to stay in the match.
Okay.
Question goes to you, Diane. We asked 100 policemen in Southern California, have you ever gotten a ticket for speeding? How many said yes?
Out of 100, I would say probably 68 said yes.
You say 68. Oh. Royce, higher or lower?
No way. I'd say it has to be lower. It's got to be lower.
Say lower.
Yes, definitely.
You figure that they mind the speed limit so they don't get caught?
They tell them, man. I'm a police officer.
Oh, okay. The actual number of policemen who said that they have gotten a ticket for speeding is 71. It's not lower, it's higher. Diane, you got it.
Hey.
Diane, you want to play that 3? Do you want to change it?
I'm going to keep the 3 and say the next card is higher.
You say higher than a 3.
Come on, a deuce.
Come on.
It is a queen, and it is higher.
Next card's going to be lower than the queen.
Lower than a queen to stay in it.
Come on.
It is an ace. It is not lower. And once again, the cards are against you, Diane. Royce, you cannot change the 7. You have to play it, but if you call this correctly, you are again the champion. What do you call?
Go upstairs with it. Got to be higher.
Upstairs, higher. If this is higher, Royce has his championship again. It is a queen, and he's done it again with a card. Wow. Those cards do like you, Royce. Diane, thank you for joining us. We have some nice parties. Thanks for being here. Royce, come on down. Take a break. We'll take a break and be right back with the money cards.
Too short.
All right, Royce, we're running out of time, but we want to give you another shot at the money cards. Ladies, if you will, deal them out. As you know, the $200 is yours. New money to play with. Bet that money as you'd like. $200 on the bottom. With those 3 cards, move up to the second level. So I'm getting nervous for you. Yeah. You add another $200 with those 3 cards. $50 minimum bets, as always, but the big bet, you must bet at least half the money. Good luck. We'll start you off with $200 right now.
Great.
Here comes the first base card. Let's see if we can get a good one. It is a 10. You want to play that or change it?
I better change that one.
Here's the next one. You've got to play this one. It is a king. Good card.
Good.
$200 and a king.
Be lower.
Whole thing lower than a king for $200. It is a 2. Very much lower. $400 and a 2.
I bet the 400 will be higher.
Whole thing $400. Higher than a 2. It's a queen. That's the way to get them low and high.
I bet the 8 will be lower.
Whole thing $800. Lower than a queen. It's a 6. $1,600. The 6 goes up to the next level. We add the other $200, you have $1,800 and a 6. What do you?
500, it'll be higher.
500 higher. All right, let's see if we can better this 6 now. $500 higher than a 6. It's enough. It is higher.
I'll bet.
Now let's take just a moment here, Royce. Remember, you've got $2,300 to play with. Got kind of a middle card, a 9. What's your decision on this card?
I bet 300 it'll be lower.
300.
300, yeah.
Lower than a 9. Let's see another one of those deuces if we can. 300 lower. It's a 3 card. $2,600 and a 3. What's your bet?
I bet the whole 26 it'll be higher.
Everything higher. $2,600. It's $5,200. Up here with a big bet. You've got to bet at least $2,600. You can bet more. What's your bet?
I bet half. It'll be higher.
$2,600. Higher than a 5. It is a 2. Oh, you couldn't do it. But you've got another $2,600, Royce. Come on down here. Royce, you're still going along great. Come on over here and join me in the middle. That $2,600 on top of your other winnings, you now have $8,400. He's still here. We'll be back the next time with Royce to meet a new challenger. Join us, won't you, on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
Some of our contestants will receive Serta's Perfect Sleeper Mattress, and exclusive Serta Lock Foundation provides firm support where you need it, luxurious comfort where you want it. Perfect Sleeper by Serta, and La Machine, the complete food preparation system from France. It's like having a chef at your side. La Machine by Molinex. And West Clocks looks ahead in time. The smartly styled, compact, Big Ben solid-state LED digital AM, FM, instant-on clock radio from West Clocks by Tele Industries. And a collection of Berkeley paperback books featuring Romany Fashions by Alexandra Ellis, a passionate tale of gypsy love set in 19th century Hungary, furnished by Berkeley Publishing. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.